Fight,
Away
robots,
we
fight.
go.
This is Clyde, a flamethrower combat robot.
I don't see any flames yet from Clyde. We'll see if they're able to get an ignition.
Looks like she's trying to chop off a fork.
Oh, there it goes. Those flames are so hot on Clyde. This is a fan-assisted flamethrower.
She's trying to use the saw arm to get out of there. This is what we said earlier.
Look at that. Look at that, just torching them.
Whoa! Whoa, whoa,
Incredible, they pierced right through the tank.
You're probably wondering how Clyde got here. Let's rewind and find out exactly what's going on with this new version of Clyde, what kind of damage it can deal, and why it went kaboom.
Kaboom?
Yes, Rico. Kaboom.
We hadn't had a proper explosion on Clyde since November of 2022 in a grudge match against Saber, and even then it wasn't nearly as glorious. We also haven't added much more armor around the tank. Usually our fuel tanks dent on a hit instead of getting punctured and completely exploding, but Usagi's sharp blade was a very different story. Usagi found just under an inch gap where our top armor wasn't protecting our tank, and it struck that fast.
This is Clyde after the fight. For everyone out there who Clyde has left gooey and melted before, we know your pain. The titanium front plate did a pretty good job of stopping Usagi's blade until they got around and cut deep into our fuel tank.
The mission is off. I'm ordering you to stop.
Let's see how the rest of the fight went.
Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Incredible, they pierced right through the tank.
Clyde is ablaze!
Clyde is an inferno, spewing all of the contents of its butane tank around.
Even after the big kaboom, Clyde was still able to drive. We tried our best to control Usagi without our weapon, and for a while I thought it might work. Their heat shield made them easy to scoop with our forks, but their arm made them bouncy and hard to pin.
The robot has become a fireball, and it doesn't look like it's going to get
No,
put
it's
out
not
anytime
slowing
soon.
down in the least. Clyde is doing an incredible job, despite the fact being on fire inside and out, of pushing its opponent around.
Usagi's arm is dug into Clyde. I would like to see an unstick or an entanglement before she melts by accident.
Yeah, this is an important time for an unstick. I don't know if you ever had an unstick on robots that are actively on fire. Oh, you can't even disentangle it. That's an entanglement, now could you? You can open the cage. Yeah, we try to wait for flames to go down, but given that this is controlled and we know that the tank has been ruptured, it is safe to put these robots out. Yeah, let's take this. So normally when a flame-throwing robot is on fire, because the tank holds fuel, we don't...
After that well-executed disentanglement, Usagi's long arm reached over the top of Clyde and it cut our left drive motor wires. They easily then got to the other side and hit the right drive motor, knocking us out. With our most entertaining loss ever to Usagi, we were out of the competition. We can't complain though, because our previous fights were also awesome and all of our upgrades, except for the hammer saw armor, worked great. This was a brand new version of Clyde with lots of upgrades that we had been working on since February. We switched from a symmetrical layout on the old version to a wacky asymmetrical layout. This gives us weight, allowing for a bigger burner with a single large fan rather than two small fans. We were very excited to try out a new system using a dead shaft hub motor fan with coaxial fuel flow. We hoped this would give us a perfect fuel-air mixture with an awesome fire cyclone. In reality, we got a bunch of burned-out fan motors and a pile of useless metal 3D printed parts. We learned a lot from our failures, like exactly how much current it takes to smoke a fan motor, and how to design better fan blades with the power of the internet. We ended up with a custom aluminum 3D printed fan and a separate fuel manifold. The manifold disperses the fuel out of many holes in a circle, so it mixes better with the air in the mixing chamber. It took a lot of tuning and tests to get the system to work. Initial tests were not so good, but once we dialed everything in,
Fuel, air.
That's pretty hot.
We also made a brand new wedge configuration. We needed a wedge that didn't interfere with the flow of our flame, so we designed this toe-shaped wedge mounted at the end of a long aluminum fork. The new wedge is mounted via springs, so the wedge bounces out of the way on a hit. We didn't get a chance to fight a horizontal at this competition, but we're really looking forward to it. This wedge wouldn't be possible, actually, without the help of creating perfect titanium welds from our sponsor MicroArc Welding. MicroArc Welding is a company based in Worcester, Massachusetts that is ready for any material and any parts you throw at them for advanced engineering applications. Almost nothing is too thin for MicroArc to weld. They create welds down to the diameter of a human hair, or 4/1000ths of an inch, so go and check them out today for your advanced applications.
We showed up to the November 1st, 2025 NHRL with 2 fully functional Clydes and 2 fully sick Halloween costumes. The first victim of our evil plot was Verticalizer.
All right, so we got a fight with a flamethrower, so let's heat things up. Yes. All right.
Verticalizer is a super cool robot that has a Thagomizer style shape, but with a vertical spinner instead of the traditional horizontal spinner. It always puts on really entertaining fights, and while it may be one of our favorite robots, we would show no mercy.
But a solid hit there from Verticalizer, but another pin and more flames. Man, Clyde, that is a well put together bot. Great strategy. I can feel that heat from here, and I'm in the play-by-play and commentary booth. I'm not even cage side. But we've got parts coming off Verticalizer. And this is, right now, 2 minutes left, all Clyde. Wow, there's the flame again. Look at that beautiful shot. Yes. Oh, it is tailgate and grill season. I love this. Oh man, just look at the floor of the cage right now. Yes. That is amazing. And where there's fire,
We got a lipo fire. Seeing the new system work this well really made it feel like all our hard work was worth it. And the way Verticalizer's chassis looks like jelly smeared across the floor of the box is also pretty awesome.
Knockout.
3 judges.
Verticalizer, I hardly know her. This version of Clyde, we used a multi-material chassis. We have glass fiber nylon surrounding the titanium burner for improved heat resistance. Previously, the burner would start to droop through the chassis, and in the middle of the match, the chassis would be so soft that the robot could easily bend. We used beam interlocking to ensure a secure connection between the materials, and now the chassis is very sturdy with higher temperatures around the burner. We recently made our 3D printing services available to everyone. Go to 2hotproducts.com and get a quote today for multi-material prints out of advanced materials. Now you can print drive rails with a rigid member between the pulleys and TPU mounting for impacts, or gears with a gooey TPU center and a crunchy CF nylon exterior. Yum!
Check out our student discounts to upgrade your 3D printed parts. Now, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Our second qualifier match was an intimidating matchup against Ironhide, a fast, four-wheel drive beater bar. Our last fight against this kind of robot was against Eruption, where we failed to get a single pin and spent 3 minutes being thrown in the air. Let's see if this one goes any differently.
Ironhide, more like aluminum tape hide. Ooh, love that scorch sound.
Yeah, that's a terrifying flamethrower. Absolutely terrifying.
You can see on the back of Clyde that little black port. That is their air intake for the forced air flamethrower. They have a custom 3D printed out of aluminum fan in there, so it can take the heat as it's increasing the oxygen that fire is able to consume. They are looking to get a pin on Ironhide, and Ironhide is proving rather slippery.
Yeah, this is the right driving strategy, right? Don't stand still. Pass through that flame. Don't stay in it. You got to treat it like the,
There we go.
there it is. That's cooking them. Ah! Now they're a big potato inside of all that aluminum tape. I love it. Ooh.
Okay, they're still moving after that initial 10-second pin of a flame on. But
Look
I
at
don't know.
this,
I think this
the
one's going to end up.
intensity of this
our
fire.
poor camera. Bye-bye, iPhone.
Oh my goodness. The lingering flames left behind on not only the opponent, but Clyde themselves. The fan fully blowing that flame. Such high heat coming out of that thing.
That fight was awesome. Clyde took a beating during the first half, but once we got a pin in, it was over. Their weapon belt loosened on the first pin, and by the end of the second pin, we knocked out not only Ironhide, but also the camera.
The corner is melted.
We melted wheels, belts, and TPU armor. Aluminum tape cannot stop the new Clyde. After Clyde worked so well in our first 2 qualifier fights, we were feeling very confident going against Usagi. Of course, we all know how this fight went. We plan on competing again with Clyde for the 2026 season as often as we can. With only a few configuration upgrades, we think this version of Clyde can win a golden dumpster this season, and maybe even a golden Brett. We just have to stop exploding first.
Clyde is ablaze.
Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more Clyde updates in the future.
Like and subscribe!